Namaste and welcome all of you. I'm happy that many of you are joining me regularly in the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. And in fact, the topic of this video is wisdom. And these are beautiful quotations from the most wisest people that have lived on this planet. The first quotation is Bertrand Russell, in his own way, defines the beginning of wisdom. This is very important. Fear is the main source of superstition and cruelty. Fear is the main source of superstition and cruelty. Superstition means believing in something which has not been proven or is not sensible for your own mind. So, fear you are afraid of, so you start acting in a way that you believe in certain unusual, outwardly stories or beliefs in your neighborhood or in your community. So, superstition must be questioned. Fear is the main source of cruelty. That's very mysterious. How come fear leads to cruelty? Because when someone is afraid, the first thing comes to mind is to protect yourself, to be safe. And out of superstition, when you begin to doubt or suspect some other people, then you come down to the level of cruelty. To prevent them from harming you, and they may not actually planning to harm you. They may be totally harmless. But you are superstitious that maybe that person is dangerous for me. So to prevent a violence against you, you try to be cruel to that person, either to put him away, out of your sight and out of your company, or physically harm. So these are both evils. Blind superstition and cruelty which causes fear. So fear is the main source of superstition and cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. Because fear also comes from ignorance. You don't know something, therefore you are afraid of it. Even sometimes we get afraid of strangers. Since we don't know them, we don't know what they intend to do with you. So conquer fear. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. This quotation by Swami Vivekananda defines wisdom. He who knows about other things is educated, not necessarily wise. He who knows about other things, object knowledge, is education. Unfortunately, most of our education system is about object knowledge, knowing about other things. That is education. It does not include knowing about the knower, the subject knowledge. And this is one project that I am personally committed to and making effort to spread in few schools, among few children, few teachers. And you may have over time, in the last few years, have come in contact with some of those teachers or students who are attending classes which are designed to develop, enhance wisdom and subject knowledge, self-awareness. So he who knows about other things is educated. He who knows about other people is learned. And he who knows about himself is wise. So the definition of wisdom by Swami Vivekananda is self-awareness. Another interesting definition of wisdom, Indian proverb, he who knows not, he who knows not and knows not that he knows not, which means he does not know and does not know that he does not know. He is a fool. Shun him, which means it's total blockage, blackout. He does not know and does not know that he does not know. He is a fool. Shun him. He who knows not and knows he knows not, which means he does not know and is aware of his ignorance. So there is a hope. There is a ray of light. He who knows not and knows he knows not, he is simple. Teach him. He who knows and knows not, he knows, which means he knows but is not aware of his own capability, of his own intelligence. He is intelligent, but he does not know that he is intelligent. He is asleep. Awaken him. He who knows and knows that he knows, which means he is intelligent and he is aware. He has confidence that he is intelligent and he is knowing that he is intelligent. So being intelligent and knowing that you are intelligent, he is wise. Follow him. So in 4 stages, he who knows not and knows not that he knows not, he is a fool. Shun him. He who knows not and knows that he knows not, he is simple. Teach him. He who knows and knows not that he knows, he is asleep. Awaken him. He who knows and knows that he knows, he is wise. Follow him. This quotation by Theodore Isaac Rubin defines one important quality of wisdom, and that is kindness. Kindness is even more important than wisdom. It does not necessarily mean that you have to be unwise to be kind. Be kind because that is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom originates from kindness, not from ego, not from aggression, not from violence. That is nothing to do with wisdom. So kindness is more important than wisdom because recognition of this, recognizing, knowing that kindness is important, that is the beginning of wisdom. William Cowper. Knowledge is proud that he has learned so much. We may know many people around us who are very proud of their knowledge. So knowledge is proud that he has learned so much. Wisdom is humble that he knows no more. No more means no more than he knows already. He wishes he knows more. So it's not that not knowing more is wisdom. intention to know more is wisdom. In other words, wise people are not perfectly satisfied at any stage that now they know everything and they are wise enough. It's a journey. Wisdom is a journey. So knowledge is proud that he has learned so much. Wisdom is humble that he knows no more than what he has learned. So he continues to learn. It's an ongoing journey. Martin Fisher. Knowledge is the process of piling up facts. You may define knowledge differently. You may define knowledge as organizing and assimilating facts. But in general, knowledge is the process of piling up facts. Wisdom lies in their simplification, which means lot of data can be simplified into one concept. There are many measurements of temperature in different parts of the world, and temperature changes every minute, every hour. So you can have a huge database of temperatures everywhere around the world at all times in a 24-hour period. That's a lot of data piling up, and you may think that you have more knowledge about temperature. Wisdom lies in their simplification. Wisdom lies in understanding that in this area, this region, it is warm, and in this region, it is warmer. Whereas somewhere else on this planet, it is kind of cool, and you know the weather pattern. So collapsing all the database on temperature, you can have it simplified version of understanding that it is summer, so in most places it is warmer than at other times in the year. Or this is the temperate zone, where temperatures are usually cooler than the tropical areas. These are simple concepts which kind of summarizes the essence of piles and piles of data. So knowledge is the process of piling up facts. Wisdom lies in their simplification. This quotation by Jessamine West brings an emotional dimension to wisdom. It's a long quotation, but it's worth reading it. Here it is. Knowledge of what you love somehow comes to you. Knowledge of what you love somehow comes to you. You don't have to read, nor analyze, nor study. So something you love with your whole being, your attention, your caring gesture moves in that direction. And through subconscious mind, you happen to learn more and more without studying and data analysis and all that. You learn more and more about things that you love. So if you love a beautiful flower, without studying all the details of the plant and seeds, you begin to know the qualities of the flower, why you are attracted toward it, why it looks pretty to you, why it has nice fragrance, why you want to touch it, why you want to smell it. All these things you automatically begin to learn. So knowledge of what you love somehow comes to you. You don't have to read, nor analyze, nor study. If you love a thing enough, knowledge of it seeps into you. It comes to you. It enters you with particulars more than any chart can furnish. So it's not only the general concept that you acquire or you attract if you love something or someone. But you even observe, because you are interested, you observe and thereby gather even more factual information than any chart can provide you. So knowledge of what you love somehow comes to you. You don't have to read, nor analyze, nor study. If you love a thing enough, knowledge of it seeps into you, with particulars more real than any chart can furnish. E.F. Schumacher. Our species is far too clever to survive without wisdom. So this is a very serious caution, that we are becoming too clever, too smart. With that comes deceptiveness, competition to destroy, and foolish decisions or foolish habits. It can be what we eat, how we behave, how we treat nature, how we treat animals, other people, and how we suspect and doubt everyone in the world. So our species is far too clever. We are too clever. And as a result, we may not survive. So what we need is wisdom. Our species is far too clever to survive without wisdom. This is a very simple but very impactful quotation by Guru Nanak. Spiritual wisdom comes from inner searching. It is diminished by argument and competition. So, journey to your own self, from false self to true self. You can call it spirit, soul, whatever. That's a name. But the concept should be understood. Spiritual wisdom comes from inner search, and it is diminished by argument and competition, which means basically by ego and desire to win. So spiritual people normally don't enter into an argument, into yes and no, into is this what is spiritual knowledge, and everybody will have different opinion and they try to convince. So there is no need for a spiritual person to convince anybody that he is on the spiritual path. You do your own thing. You have your own individual journey. It is not a collective journey. It is not a community matter. Okay, it's individual responsibility. Spiritual wisdom comes from inner search. It is diminished by argument and competition. In other words, you cannot compare that I am more spiritual than somebody else, or that person is more spiritual than that other person. That is a futile waste of time. Spiritual wisdom comes from inner search. It is diminished by argument and competition. Now, this is a good advice by William James. The art of being wise, is the art of knowing what to overlook or what to ignore. In other words, wisdom doesn't require accumulation of junk knowledge. Wisdom doesn't require getting into argument or reaching a conclusion. And one has to be selective in accepting the knowledge that is in harmony with your search. If you start collecting conflicting data or getting into a totally diverse path than your original intention to be self-aware. If you get too materialistic, if you get too selfish and burning with desire to fulfill your luxury consumption, if you get into that, it will destroy your path your journey to wisdom. So the art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. That is, what to ignore is very important. More important than what you choose to learn. This is similar to a previous quotation, but in a very simple format. Gautam Buddha, the fool who knows he is a fool is that much wiser. If a fool knows he is a fool, is that much wiser. The fool who thinks he is wise is a fool indeed. So if a fool thinks he is wise, he is a fool. If a fool thinks he is a fool, is that much wiser. At least he knows. But if he doesn't know and thinks he knows, that is dangerous. He is a fool. Another humorous quote, Benjamin Franklin. The heart of the fool is in his mouth, which means he only thinks of eating and speaking, eating, drinking and talking. The heart of the fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in his heart, which means he consumes what attracts his heart, what affects and what mobilizes his heart. So he's a person of the heart is wise, person of the mouth is a fool. So that's another way to look at it. The heart of the fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in his heart. Rabbi Julius Mark. The tragedy of our time is that we have succeeded in splitting an atom. There is science and technology. We have been very successful in science and technology before acquiring the wisdom to unite humanity. So we are kind of moving away from human concerns, human well-being, human rights, more into technology which can destroy humanity. The tragedy of our time is that we have succeeded in splitting an atom before acquiring the wisdom to unite humanity. This is short but very powerful caution alert. We get educated out of our natural wisdom. Now in few words, this is a big topic. We get educated out of our natural wisdom because natural wisdom is sacrificed along the path, along the way and in the manner that we are educated. Our native wisdom, our native intelligence, our desire to explore and learn and be self-aware and imagine alternative futures, the long-term implications of our actions, and creativity to solve problems rather than be part of problem. So we get educated out of our natural wisdom. This is a very clear and important message to all educators and education policy makers. Please listen to this again. We get educated out of our natural wisdom. Probably the shortest quotation, Socrates. Wisdom begins in wonder. Wonder means something you do not know but really want to know it well, or something that has attracted your attention and you really want to understand it. So the real desire to be in awe, in a thirst for knowledge, attracted to know something deeper, that is a very important message. Wisdom begins in wonder. This quotation by an unknown scholar, that is unknown to me, wisdom is knowing what path to take. So even wisdom is a starting point. Wisdom is knowing what path to take. Integrity is actually taking it, which means integrity combined with wisdom helps you to not only launch but continue on your journey to higher wisdom. Wisdom is knowing what path to take. Integrity is taking it. Another one, good counsel. Wisdom is the reward you get for lifetime of listening when you would have preferred to talk. So a qualification, a qualified person to launch the journey of wisdom, his nature should be listen more, talk less. Because by listening, you acquire knowledge and understanding. And not only learn everything that you hear, but you can discriminate. You can discard some of what you are listening. But if you are more fond of talking without knowing much, then first of all you make a fool of yourself. You waste your time in talking rather than in learning, and you may say wrong things at the wrong time to wrong people, and you may be in trouble. So excessive talkers often run into trouble. So there is an important caution against that. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you would have preferred to talk. So with this quotation, I'll close this video. It was kind of long, but I hope it has helped all of us in really preparing ourselves to move along the path of wisdom. Thank you for listening and paying attention, and we'll meet again soon. Until then, namaskar to each and every one of you.